Good morning. Today we will see the calculation part of brake test on three-phase slip ring induction motor. Okay. Yesterday we had done experiment on this. We got some values. You can see those values now. Okay, these are the values we got. Okay, I had used here I had tested all those values here. You can see S1, S1, S2, torque, speed, voltage, current, power factor, all those things. Okay, we got these S1, S2, torque and speed yesterday, speed and voltage and current. We have to calculate cos phi. Okay, we have a formula cos phi, W phase by V phase and I phase. We already have V phase here, I phase here. Okay, and W phase also we have here. Okay, by using this formula, I have calculated cos phi here. We got this column. Next, output power 2 pi n tau by 60. That is okay. 2 into 3.14 n speed into tau. Torque at the starting is 0. That's why we got this 0. By applying this formula, we got this column. Next, coming to the slip. Okay, we have a formula for slip. Slip, you can see the formula here. Ns minus n by ns is 100. Where ns is the synchronous speed. We can calculate by this. Ns is equal to 120 fs by p, where fs is the supply frequency, p is the number of poles. 120 into 50 by 4, that is 1500 rpm. Okay, then we got ns is equal to synchronous speed 1500. Substitute here. Okay, 1500 minus, okay, by using this formula 1500 minus, what is n here? 1497 by 1500 into 100, we will get 0.2. Similarly, we will get 3, we will get 4.3, all these values. Next, input 3 times the W phase. Okay, why 3? The reason behind 3 is, okay, as we are connected wattmeter only for the circuit diagram. Now we will see. I will show. As we are connected wattmeter only for one phase. You can see wattmeter is connected only for one phase. We are using 3 phases. That's why it should be multiplied with 3. That's why 3 phase here. Okay. Now 3 into 50. We got 150 like that. If we multiply this column with 3, we will get this. Okay. Finally, efficiency. Efficiency, we already know the formula: output power by input power, output power by input power. As it is 0, output by anything is 0, 0 by anything is 0, 0. Like that, this column we got. Okay, this is all about the calculation part. Okay, now we will see all about the calculation part. Now we will see the okay performance characteristics or model graph. How we can draw this model graph. Okay, you can see here. First, we will draw torque slip characteristics. We have to take slip from 0 to 1. We will get only this curve. Why? Because 0 to maximum value is the operating point, and maximum value to 0, it is a non-operating point. We already studied in the theory part. That's why we get only this operating point, because we are not supposed to operate in the non-operating region from this side to this side. Okay, right? Okay, by taking slip, we already have the slip column here. We will take this an x-axis, and torque. Already we have torque here. Already we have torque. We'll take on y-axis. By taking these two, slip and torque, we can easily draw the graph. Hello? 1 minute. Okay, we can easily draw the graph. Next, coming to this graph. You can see these are the character output power. Output power, we already have output power. We will take it as its column and x-axis. And okay, output power versus efficiency. We already have efficiency column. You can easily draw. And output power x-axis is common for this. And input current. Input current, we already have input current this column. And easily draw this. And power factor. Power factor also column we have. Okay. Y-axis, we will change y-axis and x-axis. Finally, we will get this graph. Okay. Okay. Thank you for listening. Okay. If we have on Kirchhoff laws, now we will see the theoretical part, calculation part, and what are the things we have to do after the conduction of this experiment? Kirchhoff's laws. We already know Kirchhoff's law. We have two laws: voltage law, Kirchhoff's current law. Okay, we will verify all those things. Okay, before verifying, we have to consider one circuit. Okay, for that circuit, we have to do some theoretical calculations. The same thing we have to observe while conducting the experiment in practically. The practical and theoretical values should be equal. Okay, then Kirchhoff's law is verified. Okay, now coming to these Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, we have considered a circuit here. You can see the circuit here before. Okay, 110 volts DC supply. Okay, 125 ohms resistor in series with 90 ohms resistor here, and 155 ohms resistor and 125 ohms resistor. These two combinations are connected in parallel with the supply voltage here. Next, we have considered V1. Let V1 be the voltage across 125 ohm resistor, V2 be the voltage across 55 ohm resistor, V3 be the voltage across 90 ohm resistor, and V4 be the voltage across 125 ohm resistor. Now we have to calculate V1, V2, V3, V4, and I1 is the current through 125 ohm and 90, because 125 ohms and 90 ohms are in series. Okay, current is same, that's why I1 be there. I2 be the current through 55 and 125 ohms, because these two are in series, same current. Okay. First we will calculate I1. You can see I1 already it has been calculated, 110 by 125 plus 90. You can see 125 ohm plus 90 combination in parallel with 110. In parallel voltages are same. The total voltage 110 by 125 plus 90. That is, therefore we got 0.511 amperes. Similarly, I2, secondary current I2 is equal to 110. Okay, these combination of 55 ohms and 125 ohms is in parallel with 110 ohms. These two. Okay, 110 by 125 plus 55. We got this current 0.611. Now I is equal to. Now we will verify from Kirchhoff's current law. I1 and I2 are leaving to this point. I is entering. Okay, therefore, I is equal to I1 plus I2. We got 1.222 amperes. Okay, V1. Now we will take this V1. V1 is equal to, from Ohm's law, I1 into current IR. V1 is equal to IR. I1 into 125. I1 is the current 0.511 into 125. 63.93. Similarly, V2. V2 is the voltage across 55. Current flowing is I2. Therefore, V2 is equal to I2 into 55. 33.611. Similarly, V3. Current is I1. Resistance is 90. 90 I1. 90 into I1 we got. Okay. Similarly, we got V4. Okay. These are theoretical calculations. Okay. We will connect these circuits practically and we will observe by keeping ammeters in this wing and in this wing. I1 and I2 we will calculate. Similarly, V1, V2, V3, V4 will calculate by keeping voltmeter across this resistance. Now, this is the circuit diagram from which we have to calculate. Okay, you can see I1, this is the I1, current flowing through this, I2. This is the total current, it will measure total current. This is the voltage V1, V2, V3, V4, the voltmeter over there. Okay. By conducting this experiment, okay, we will get some values I1, I2. I is equal to I1 plus I2. We have to verify. We should get these values. Okay, if we conduct, we will get definitely these values. Okay, thank you very much. This is all about Kirchhoff's laws. Okay.